Here they are again, a service dog. And under ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, a service dog does not need a muzzle.
1232 flag minor.
So if you're going to issue me the ticket for no muzzle, go ahead, because I'd love to take it to court this time. And that way, when I take it to court and they say she's a service dog, I will be going after everybody here and have them terminated for violating federal law. And I've offered to show you guys before everything for it.
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
And I've offered to show you guys before her service dog stuff.
We've already discussed it before. Nothing's changed, right?
Have you read ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act? I guess next time, so I'll be right there, I'll just go ahead and take a shit on the street. How about that?
You're saying you want to take a shit on the street?
No, I'm saying obviously I can't go to the bathroom unless I sit here and make it to where she can be stolen and everything else. And she is not a vicious animal. If she was a vicious animal, she'd be attacking at you. She'd be attacking at everything going by. You can ask people that work here even. They don't have any issues with her. The ones that drive your blue, black and white cars, they don't have any issues with her.
Okay. I don't have a badge, but you're sick of something right now. Sorry, but I would give you one if I had one, but I don't. Sorry. Yeah, the police station is just up the street that way. If you walk that way to the police boulevard, there's a substation on the street. It's between
You can even ask the guy at the bike shop, both of them, the owner and two. You can ask any of the downtown ambassadors if there's any issues with Rose. So am I being held or not?
What's that?
Am I being held or not?
Are you being held?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, are you being held?
Or am I allowed to go?
Do you have an ID with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can I see your ID, please?
As you see, ones that ain't even real officers harassing again over a service dog.
So, hold on. Can you step over to my partner and hand it to him? I got it.
As he just said, I should have handed it to him without reaching over my dog. But as you can tell in everything in the video, no aggression whatsoever.
No. The daughter of the mother who lived at the
Yeah, they're giving me a ticket because I have her open.
Huh?
They're giving me a ticket because I have her open and no muzzle on her. They say she's a vicious animal.
Doesn't look dangerous to me. If she was dangerous, she would attack you.
Yeah.
Therefore, they gotta meet their quota for the month. Yeah, look at that uniform. And he's homeless. How's a homeless man pay a ticket? How does a homeless man pay a ticket? Take a piss of yourself.
here, the big part. That's for smart people. So planning is for they might be having an office up there.
As you see, they're writing me a ticket for this animal here, which is not a violent animal at all. She's a service dog under ADA federal law, which you cannot force a service animal to wear a muzzle. So basically police harassment.
I'm calling Tina Greer. I'm calling Tina Greer. Fucking pig. Fuck you.
Phone number I can take down?
I don't at current. It just got disconnected. I'm working on getting it fixed.
Okay. Do you have an email or any contact information?
ANTVlive007@gmail.com.
Thank you.
So anything on the sidewalk there until finally, thank you.
Yeah, so they want me to keep that closed up where she can overheat. Short-nosed dogs do not do well in the heat. And also things about muzzles say no more than 10 minutes and that they can overheat a short-nosed dog. ADA says that service animals do not have to wear a muzzle because it can hamper with what their job is. And for a PTSD service dog, under ADA rules, that if I feel that the possibility of something could send me into a PTSD attack, under ADA rules, I'm allowed to send her in by herself. You guys all out there on my live YouTube channel are more than welcome to go look that up just to see where Santa Monica violates things. So who's your guys' supervisor?
Our supervisor?
I do want to talk to you because I have tried to show him before. I have an ID. The phone that I have it on today is not charged. I hate to say that, but I do have an ID for her as being a service dog.
Okay.
Her thing for PT.
Is she secured inside the wagon?
Yes, and
Does she have a leash?
right now I got it off for a second because she was getting hot and getting a little choked up. And as you can tell, and this is what I've been trying to show everybody, when we first got here, we were used to a town that had 107,000 people in a 25 square miles,
Okay.
Which is 5 miles in any direction.
Okay.
Santa Monica is only 3.5, so it had the overlapping. And when we first got here, someone tried to steal my stuff. She's not vicious, but someone tried to steal my stuff.
She's territorial.
Right, and this what happened, I was doing performing, and that's before I had ever went and got a permit.
Right, I remember.
And the thing is, I'm been trying to talk to the guy there. I get sent to one guy, that guy sends me back down, and it goes back and forth. And I'm glad you actually came up, because I want you to see.
Right. So my concern, you yourself stated, the dog isn't secured inside that.
I can secure it, she does.
Right, but as of right now, and
Right.
when you were in the restroom, the dog was in there unsecured, correct?
That at the time, yeah.
So that's a problem.
Okay,
She
I
needs
can
to
make
be
sure.
jumped out.
Okay, I can make sure that she's attached to the clip
She's
that's in there.
supposed to be on the muzzle, correct, when in public?
But it does say in there an enclosed fenced yard, and I was told
That's
by.
not enclosed. If the top is open, sir, and she's not secured.
How many fenced yards have a top?
But
So
true.
that's what I was. And I was told by the ones in blue that this was adequate.
Okay, and so long as she's secured inside of it.
Okay,
with a leash.
that I can change.
So
and
that because she could easily jump out, no different than somebody jumping by in a car.
That I could agree with.
And
y'all.
the dog can jump out the window if they see something, because at the end of the day, you don't know what might trigger her.
Right.
We already know she's protective and defensive. We don't know what she might deem as that. You leave your part unattended here while you use the restroom, and I get it, right? But what's to say if somebody comes by, gets too close?
And this is true. I can agree with that.
That's why that
See,
leash needs to be secured.
like I said, that's why I want to talk with you. So if I fix that issue there, we get this secure now.
Yeah, or
and everything.
the top, or figure out a way to put a mesh net on top, so that this way it's still secure like a tent, like a
like I said, I can get it. I can get a little hook that's a short leash that keeps her where she can be up, but it'll be she won't be able to reach around.
Right. So animal control's coming. They're the experts on this, and they will make the final determination. But from what I see, and from your own admission, she's not even secured in there right now, so she could easily just jump off and take off and do whatever she wants. Whether it be the dogs, somebody walking their own dog, and that triggers her. Somebody gets too close.
Yeah, that doesn't happen though. But I understand your point.
It's not so much whether it does it, it's can it. I've seen her go after people just trying to give you money because they reached in to give you a tip, and she jumped out and put that guy in the thigh.
That was, like I said, when I first got here, and
nonetheless, it's still the same dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I doubt that the dog has changed that much. She's still doing what she knows what to do.
When, like I was trying to say, when I first got here, I had only was working on the training. I had only had her like 3 months.
Understandable.
So
I mean, I remember that. The dog was on a leash. Technically, the leash was attached, but no one was holding it.
Actually, John was holding it, and it pulled out of his hand.
Right.
And both times, I was not actually the one holding the dog. She's never had an incident when I was actually holding her myself.
Right.
And I don't let others really do that anymore.
And that's good, but what I'm trying to say is she has a propensity to defend her space, and we don't know what. I can't talk to her, unfortunately, and I don't know what it is that's gonna like trigger that, you know. So not having her secured in there, not having at least a cover, you know, the top zipped up, we're at least okay, fine. Let's say she's loose in there, but the thing is zipped up. It's not going to be as easy for her to get out. I mean, eventually, yeah, she could chew through anything, but at least she's encapsulated.
Can I, if it's okay, can you just right now, and you'll kind of understand part of it, if you kind of look at, with having the blankets for me and her.
Without due respect,
yeah.
Look, I know your dog, and I'm not trying to get bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know.
She's actually been taught uniforms. I have taught her uniforms.
I take your word for it, but I like my skin.
Yeah, even Hollowell comes up and pets her.
You know what?
Like I said, he's never had a problem with
I
her.
can only count to 10, and I don't want to make it only count to 9. That's just me. Like I said, unsecured dogs that I don't know, and like I've seen what she can do, I'd rather just stay here. But again,
like I said,
that's one of the issues with having a dog in public.
Also, I don't know, since you work for the city, is there a way you can actually talk to some of the people that work like your downtown ambassadors? There's plenty of people that know her.
You know what, sir? That's irrelevant because at the end of the day, you still have a dog out in public. You know, if you had her in your own backyard, you invite somebody in and they're fine with her, that's cool. But the minute somebody that, you know, if she gets out, people that she doesn't know, she's going to react and do what it is that she does. So again, I mean, she may be sweet to dozens, hundreds of people. She's not going to be the same with everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just part of what makes it hard on, because part of her thing is that's how she will come over and pull on me to get me from going into a PTSD attack and stuff like that.
I'm not arguing the fact that she provides a service for you.
Yeah.
You know,
and I do have one question, like under ADA law, because of PTSD, and because going into any situation, like walking into a restaurant could actually cause a PTSD, and that one we're actually allowed to send the animal in without a leash to check the situation out first if you look under ADA.
You know what? I'm not claiming to be an expert on that.
Yeah, I just had to.
Is ADA or not? I mean, if you're in public and she's not providing the service, she should be secured, and she's not. She's in the wagon, yes, but if she wanted to, she could easily jump out. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm seeing here. I mean, she's asleep, but again, you know, while you're in the restroom and you don't have an eye on her, you don't even have John or somebody else keeping an eye on her, you know, she's unattended. So that's the problem.
Can't you make her ride on Broadway with you?
So if she was...
Well, when the other guy came over the other day,
I can't speak to that, sir.
The one that carries the microphone that wears your color uniforms. I don't know what his name is. He was not even won't even talk and everything. At least here we're working shit out.
Right, but I'm telling you stuff that you already kind of know, Leo.
Yep.
You know, the dog has to be on the leash, right?
Yep.
You got the wagon, and that's cool. But if she's gonna be zipped up in there, no sweat. But if you're gonna have the top open, which I get, okay, it's hot, you want her to breathe, you should at least have the leash in there. That's gonna secure her.
I was trying to see what I had to do, and right there, and that part I actually think I will definitely make sure she's always secure in there. But I do want to thank you because allowing to wear, because it gets hot in these things,
understand,
especially with as hot as we've been lately.
Yeah.
So that part I agree, and at least there's a couple other officers that actually heard that and everything. So that.
But again, you know,
I'm not gonna go in there and check your dog to see if it has a leash.
Yeah.
You know? So
But the thing is, you see, because I do respect you guys. That's why I didn't lie to you about anything.
Right.
I don't have to lie because you guys seem.
like I said, look, you know what? If you wanted to have her like that, put the muzzle on her. If you don't want to attach her to the thing, put the muzzle on her.
Okay. I'll definitely have her attached every time.
Or the muzzle or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or zip the thing up. I get it.
Okay.
There are options. That's why I'm saying this isn't new to you. You know.
Well, part of it because the way it's weird having officers that are in between officers, if you know what I mean, that are not like the black and whites, and so a whole different departments that a lot of places don't have, that have different powers and so on like that.
But regardless of what officer it is,
Yeah.
if you keep her on her leash, you keep the muzzle on her, or you keep that thing enclosed, it doesn't matter who comes to talk to you, because there won't be a reason to talk to you, at least as far as the dog is concerned, right? If
Yeah.
something else pops off, well, that's something else. So
But that was the main thing. I wanted something where there was at least a compromise to the fact to where she don't overheat. And
I totally understand. You
and
know,
the muzzles, they do say on them, you shouldn't have them on more than 10 to 15 minutes.
right.
And
I mean, you can control that by where you take the dog. You know what I'm saying?
which is outside of Santa Monica,
It
basically.
doesn't have to
If
be
you go,
outside. I mean, the way the muzzle order, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you had to feed her, just take her out away from a crowded area. You could take the muzzle off. You can make sure you feed her. You can water her. If you choose to be in a congested, populated area like this,
well, the last time I did it, that I got the last ticket, which was up at the Garage 5. It was after, it was slow, and you know the little field where John used to like to sleep.
up on
On that little, right there, just right up there, just under Wilshire, next to the women's club and everything. I had her up there. I think you were there on that one. I had,
gave you that site.
right, and I had her feeding her on there, and that, and John was there because we had it under control. But I ended up getting a ticket over it, and it's like, and that's at the time that when I had talked to the one guy, he had said about only on the promenade itself. And that's still part of the confusion that it didn't get written down or something.
The way I understood it, and again, I wasn't there, so I didn't receive it, was you had to get her away from heavily populated areas. You know, you can't even be in the structure unless you got a car, so you had no business even being in the structure.
Well, where was it in it? It was just that little thing right on the front where you got like that flat area. A lot of homeless people like to sleep there when it rains.
Okay.
Just right there next to the barrier.
Structures right where the entrance is.
Yeah, that's all technically part of the structure.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me?
But now we're actually, I feel we're actually getting something
Right.
worked out. This is all I really wanted, was just to work it out.
Yeah, I thought it was already clarified, but
Yeah.
we need to clarify it again.
Right, exactly.
You know.
See, I don't, like I said, I don't have a problem with you. You see what I do. I
Right.
try to bring smiles to everybody.
Yeah, and the other thing you may want to look at is maybe look at a different type of muzzle.
I've tried the cloth ones. The problem she's having with a lot of that is, like you see, I think it's this side, you see these right here?
Yeah.
They're cutting into her face and everything else, no matter what type, because she wants to do that, trying to get it off.
Right.
And I think I'd want to get it off too if I had.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen different dog stuff. There's one that almost looks like one of those little leashes that just kind of like a strap. How's it going?
So, okay, that's what you just remind me. So, like you're talking like a strap, kind of like the lead leash.
I think so. I
Type
mean,
of
they're
thing.
the experts, so I'm going to defer to them.
The lead one that attaches to the muzzle so you pull.
I mean,
So,
they're the experts.
like I said, all I want to do is get it worked out to where there's not such a big hassle, you know, because.
So the muzzle order has to be every time the dog is out in public. Okay.
So I understand the dog is in this, but if the dog's not shut in there and completely confined, it's got to have the muzzle on. So you're in violation right now.
Okay, because technically that's against ADA law, so.
It's not. It's not.
Does
So,
it-
in fact, the dog should have the muzzle on right now because the cart is open. So, if you want to close it up and not put the muzzle on, that's fine. But even while we're standing here, while it's open, you got to put that muzzle on, okay?
Okay. And the other question I have, how come it's not been a problem since December 23rd up until about 5 days ago?
You know, all I can tell you is I've never spoken with you before. I've never
Yeah.
dealt with you. All I've been told is that you have a muzzle order, and I know what the definition of the muzzle order says, and it says that the dog has to be wearing the muzzle order. You know, these nice officers are the ones that are typically in this area, so they're typically the ones that would spot you and know that you were in violation of it. You know, again, we would write you the same citation if we spotted you. You know, it's not like we're now making it an issue when it wasn't. It's always been an issue. You know, it's like breaking the law and now you're getting caught type thing. You know what I mean? So you're aware of the muzzle order. You're aware of what it means.
And that's something I've been wanting to fight, but I couldn't before because I had nowhere to put everything. And if you leave something outside to go into court, you probably won't have it. But now I have that arranged. So in reality, and I'll be honest, I needed the muzzle ticket so I can actually take it into court. I actually needed the muzzle ticket, the administrative ticket, so I can actually take it into court this time and fight it. Because I couldn't do that before, because, you know, living out here, you got to make a choice of leaving your stuff. And I'm sure that's how a lot of people end up getting warrants or tickets they don't show up to that they have
Usually.
to. So, but I've been trying.
If the dog is tied up inside the cart, does this top stuff, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, it's a public area. Yeah. That's the equivalent of the dog being on leash, right?
Without the muzzle. Okay. There you go. See? That's something I didn't know. Like I said, I defer to them. They're the experts when it comes to animal
So,
calls.
like I said, even right now as we speak, I need you to either zip it up or put the muzzle on.
That can take a little while. Come here, down Rose.
Thank you very much for doing that. Did you say you were waiting for the citation to go to court?
Yeah, the other times that I got them, I couldn't do it because I had wagons and everything else. You can't take everything into court. I now have a couple, because you know the businesses I work with around here where I get charged, I've got a couple places that will actually take it inside for me, and then I can get to court for it, and that way actually fight the thing at that level. And you know, so that's, like I said, mainly what I was looking for. But in order to get it into court, I've tried. You need the citation. Why? I don't know.
You have the two. You responded to the one that I issued you because I got
Right, but I couldn't make it to the court.
What's that?
But I couldn't make it to the court because I had all this.
You only asked for a hardship waiver.
Right, because I did not have a place to store anything.
Anything is right. So you asked for the hardship waiver. After you ask for the hardship waiver, you have to contest it.
Yeah,
You have to contest within 30 days.
yeah, and that's what this
So
one
then
that I'm
you're-
working on.
you're in doing that. You have the ticket. You have to contest it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This one here, I'll be able to do that with. Yeah, they're giving me a ticket for having my mellow dog out. There was something I did look at that. I know the 2 times that she never actually got a ticket, just an incident report.
What's that?
I know that the times that are listed, that they were just technically incident reports.
What are you talking about, the times that were listed?
Because well, the times that we're referring to the muzzle, not the tickets, but before that, the reason the muzzle was up and everything. I know that those were just listed as incidents and everything.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Well,
Are
like
you referring to the 2 incidents leading up to the muzzle order?
Yeah,
The 2 dog bites?
and they were just, like I said, technical incidents, but nobody ever let me explain originally that, like you said, to protect her, and we agree she can be protected.
Regardless if she's being protected, it's your responsibility as the owner to take care of your dog, right?
Yep.
The dog's your property, so you're responsible for it. If you choose to neglect your dog and you're not providing proper training or anything like that, or you let her bite other people, it's unfortunate, but your dog's going to suffer the consequences of your actions. Like you said, if Rose needs more space in there, then you as the owner, it's your responsibility to provide more space for her. If you have a backpack
I'm working on getting another. Well, I have it on the back because of that.
backpack on there, you can take some stuff out.
I just got those today, so that's what I've been working on. Those I just got today, so from OPC.
I'm saying though, it's nothing new though. It's the same stuff that we've been talking about this whole time. I gave you a warning last week, right? You received a citation last week, and it's the same exact thing. I answered all of your questions, but yet here you are again today with your dog completely unsecured, the thing wide open while you're going to the bathroom. Do you understand that your dog can't be in the kennel with the lid open? Do you understand that? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if this happens again, it's your responsibility. You're accepting that you understand what we've already told you. Same thing as last time. We told you last time, but yet you decided to not follow the directions that you were given. It's your choice, and you're putting Rose through this.
But like I said, when I take it to court, I'm going to argue this whole service dog bit, and maybe the judge will see it my way. If the judge does see it and says that that's rescinded,
yeah, it's just going to be very difficult for your dog to believe it's your service animal if you leave a service animal out here. It's not providing service.
the main reason is she's been left because they're having to try to put a muzzle on.
What's that?
And main reason she gets left with sitting in here now is because of the muzzle order bit. So.
All right, Mr. Scott, if you wouldn't mind signing right here, it's not admitting guilt, it's just that you're receiving it.
Today I'm just going to do it this way.
That's okay. However you'd like. All right, so I'm going to give you your copy so you're fully aware, you know how to pay it or contest it. Take it to court. Hopefully you get what you need out of it.
I appreciate this one, and I'm going to tell you, it's nothing against you guys.
That's okay.
I know it comes down from people above you, and that's why I don't give you guys really a hassle, but we have to start somewhere for me to be able to take it into court to fight it. So, and if a judge, when I do go to court, says that that's to rescind the order or anything, do I need to bring you guys anything?
Yeah, if you get an order that supersedes our muzzle order, then yeah, absolutely bring that to us.
Okay.
All right, so there's your copy. You know what to do. Yeah, I mean, if you get anything and need to bring us anything, you know where we're at. In the meantime, look, just person to person, until you get what you need out of it, just either keep it shut or keep the muzzle on her. I know this is going to give you, entrance to that courtroom to hopefully get you what you want. Just like we've got a job to do to enforce it. Just until you get that, just keep her in there, keep it on, and then, hopefully you get what you need out of it, and then we get out of your hair, okay?
Yep.
Alrighty.
That's all I've been working on. Like I said, the other times when you have stuff, it's hard to go into court around here.
I get it.
But as you notice, it's this minor little thing. In that sense, I'll call it minor compared to what half these crazies do around here.
No, I understand.
Yeah, but I try not to be a troublemaker, so.
Well, I understand, I appreciate you being compliant with us now. So like I said, until you get what you need out of it, just comply with it so that, we don't have to do this again. And then if you get papers that take away that muzzle order, by all means, bring them into us. We'll spread the word and we'll be done. But
Okay.
if not, then we've got to abide by it. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
You guys have a good day.